Alright, so Windrose is basically a pirate survival game that mixes the usual gathering and building stuff that you would expect with proper ship combat and a story that actually goes somewhere. The game is set of course during the pirate era, but throws in some supernatural elements too, which is a nice twist on the historical setting. What makes this game interesting is that it actually commits to the whole pirate fantasy, so you very much get the proper naval battles, where you can board enemy ships. The combat feels pretty damn responsive with a parry system that also works well, and there is a genuine attempt at making the world feel alive, rather than just being empty islands to loot. So let's start with the beginning, shall we? The game kicks off with you getting wrecked by Blackbeard's fleet. You take a bullet to the chest during the fight, and somehow you wake up on a beach with weird glowing patterns on your body, where the wound should be. From there, it's the typical survival loop at first. That means punching bushes for plant fiber, killing a few aggressive dodo birds that definitely should not be attacking you, and start building your first shelter. The game's building system lets you place walls, roofs and foundations in construction mode, though the snapping isn't perfect yet. You can rotate things and there is some auto placement help, but don't expect the polish of something like Satisfactory at this point. Now, combat in this game surprisingly is actually one of the better parts, which is a rare enough thing in these games. You've got swords, pistols, muskets and a bunch of other weapons, and the fighting has weight to it. You can also dodge around, and later on you get skills that do things like transfer bleeding damage from one enemy to another. It's not super complex, but it works and doesn't feel sloppy. The food system is similar to Valheim, where you have 3 slots and different foods give you different stat boosts for a set amount of time. You can cook dodo meat, make bacon and eggs, brew coffee that gives you buffs, and there are potions as well. Your health and stamina depend on what you're eating, so you definitely can't just ignore it and run around with nothing. Once you get past the initial survival phase, you start exploring the island and find caves with enemies, treasure chests and dungeons. The world is procedurally generated, but there are also handcrafted locations sprinkled in. You're gonna mine copper in caves, fight undead pirates, dig up buried treasure with an actual digging mechanic, and collect better materials to improve your gear. The progression here feels natural. You're not stuck on the starting island forever. The ship stuff is where things get more ambitious. You eventually build your own ship, recruit NPCs to crew it, and then sail around fighting other vessels. The naval combat involves positioning to get good cannon shots, but you can also board enemy ships and fight their crew directly. The transition between sailing and fighting on deck is pretty damn cool. There are no loading screens or janky camera angles. Your ship can also be upgraded with better cannons, hull reinforcements and other gear. There are also different ship types you can work around. This ranges from smaller fast ones to bigger warships. You can also build up a proper base with multiple buildings, storage, crafting stations, and recruit NPCs to help with resource gathering and production. The crafting system pulls from nearby storage automatically, which is always a much appreciated feature. This game definitely has plenty of quality of life features already baked in. You unlock new recipes as you progress, and there is a workbench upgrade system, meaning higher level stations let you make better gear. The game supports solo play or co-op with up to 4 people, and you can host your own server or use dedicated ones. Your character progress carries between different worlds. One thing that definitely stood out is how much is actually in the demo. It really is not just a tiny slice. You get access to a decent chunk of the systems and can play for several hours. The user interface is ultimately the thing that could use some work, and inventory management is not the smoothest yet. But definitely, if you like games like Valheim or survival games in general, then this one right here seems like a no-brainer, in terms of at least checking it out. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.